What if 30 seconds were enough to dismantle the weight of your anxiety? What if, in the span of half a minute, you could step out of the fog that has followed you for years and breathe differently, not only for yourself, but for the world that keeps breathing with you? Would you even believe it, or would your mind resist, whispering that change has to be longer, harder, unreachable? This is the first fracture in the illusion, the belief that transformation takes time. They never taught you this, because it threatens the systems that profit from your fatigue. They told you healing had to be complicated, locked behind appointments, routines, endless distractions. What if 30 seconds, just 30 seconds, could create an opening wide enough for light to slip in? What if the most radical act for your mental clarity and the health of the planet was not a revolution out there, but a revolution inside you repeated every half a minute? Imagine the rule hidden in plain sight, dismissed as too small to matter. A pause that shifts your nervous system, a choice that interrupts the loop of fear, a gesture that reduces harm to the earth and to your mind at the exact same time. This is not advice, not a productivity hack, not a lifestyle trick. It is a fracture in reality, a doorway into a different rhythm of living. Once you cross it, you cannot go back. But here is the paradox. 30 seconds can feel like forever when you are forced to sit with yourself. And it can feel like nothing when you waste it in thoughtless consumption. Which side of time have you been living in? The side where seconds devour you, or the side where seconds save you? The answer lies in a place you may have ignored for too long. A place where healing yourself and healing the earth become the same act. Stay, because what you are about to uncover is not comfortable, not conventional, not what you were told to expect. It is a truth that dissolves mediocrity in your mind and waste in the world. A truth that forces you to look at your habits, your silence, your complicity, and then hands you the simplest tool to break free. Miss a single second, and you miss the rule that could heal everything. Asterisk block 1. The hidden link between mental health and sustainability. Have you ever noticed how clutter, chaos, and waste in your environment affect the way you feel inside? What if I told you that in just 30 seconds, you could make a small, sustainable choice that doesn't just help the planet, it rewires your brain toward clarity, balance, and resilience. This is the hidden connection between sustainability and mental health, and most people completely overlook it. Imagine this. Instead of scrolling endlessly or drowning in distractions, you take 30 seconds to breathe, refill your reusable bottle, step outside for fresh air, or separate recyclables. Tiny acts like these send powerful signals to your brain. I care for my environment. I care for myself. That shift breaks the cycle of stress and mediocrity, anchoring you in purpose and mental strength. Science shows that small, intentional actions can change neural pathways. Sustainability offers a direct doorway into that transformation. By choosing eco-conscious habits even for half a minute to reduce cognitive overload, increase dopamine release, and align your nervous system with harmony instead of chaos. Here's the challenge. Every time you feel overwhelmed, give yourself 30 seconds to do one sustainable action. Reuse, recycle, reduce, reconnect. This simple rule creates a pattern your brain craves: progress, empowerment, and relief. And before we dive deeper, don't forget, subscribe to this channel, leave a like, and share this video. Someone in your circle may desperately need this message, because mental health and sustainability are not just personal battles. They are a collective mission. Asterisk block 2. The silent war within mediocrity docent. Tea just exists in careers or goals. It quietly seeps into how we care for our minds and our planet. Think about it. Every plastic bottle thrown away. Every night spent scrolling instead of resting. Every meal filled with processed chemicals. These choices accumulate, not just in the oceans or landfills, but in the fragile ecosystems of our brains. The 30-second rule isn't just about action, it's about reclaiming the micro-moments that build our reality. What if, just 30 seconds, you decided to replace bottled water with a reusable flask? What if in 30 seconds you planted a seed? In the soil of your backyard or balcony? What if in 30 seconds you paused, inhaled deeply, and reconnected with your inner rhythm. Each act may look small, almost insignificant, yet each is a declaration of war against mediocrity, stagnation, and the slow poisoning of both mind and earth. Because mediocrity is not simply doing less, it's silently surrendering. It's letting stress dominate because you don't have time to breathe. It's living surrounded by clutter while the forests vanish. It's allowing your body and soul to decay while believing tomorrow will be different without ever making the shift today. The 30-second rule is the antidote. It dismantles the excuses. By forcing a choice right now, in the smallest but most transformative increments. Imagine this: 30 seconds to clean a corner of your space, and suddenly the heaviness in your chest loosens. 30 seconds to choose fruit over a sugary snack, and your body whispers gratitude. 30 seconds to step outside, touch the ground, and feel alive again. Your nervous system, rebalancing with the soil's silent wisdom. Sustainability starts within, not as a trend, but as a way to breathe. So, I ask you, how many 30 seconds have you wasted today in hesitation, in distraction, in denial? And how many could you reclaim, starting right now, to break the cycle? Because every 30 seconds you choose differently, you're not just saving yourself. You're shaping a new reality for your mind, for your future, for the fragile planet that mirrors your state of being. Block 3. Breaking the loop of mediocrity with sustainable mental shifts. Every time you feel the weight of anxiety, burnout, or that creeping emptiness, pause. For just 30 seconds, instead of opening another app or scrolling endlessly, step outside, look at a tree, or simply breathe deeply. This micro-shift doesn't just calm your nervous system, it rewires your brain. Science shows that small, repeated acts of mindfulness rooted in nature can decrease cortisol and open mental space for creativity. Mediocrity thrives on autopilot, but sustainability breaks it. Imagine what happens when thousands of people choose this same pause. It's not just about personal healing, it's about a cultural reset. A world where sustainability is not a trend, but a lifeline. Where we choose presence over consumption, silence over noise, purpose over distraction. This 30-second ritual is the antidote to a society drowning in speed and superficiality. And here's the hidden key. Sustainability is not just ecological, it's psychological. When we align with natural rhythms, we're not only saving forests, we're saving minds. Your breath becomes a protest against mediocrity. Your pause becomes an act of rebellion against a system that thrives on your exhaustion. So what if the difference between an average, draining life and one of depth and brilliance isn't a radical transformation, but simply the courage to take back 30 seconds every day? The choice is right here, right now, waiting for you. Before we go deeper, tell me, if you could reclaim just 30 seconds of presence today, how would you spend it? Drop your answer in the comments. Your idea might inspire someone else to break free from mediocrity too. Block for the expansion. Now imagine this. You have only 30 seconds each day to either fall deeper into mediocrity or rise into clarity. In those seconds, the choice to embrace a sustainable habit like planting a thought as you would plant a tree finds your mental landscape. Just as roots stabilize the soil, consistent micro-decisions stabilize your emotional health. You don't need grand gestures. You need a string of 30-second victories. Think about your mornings. 30 seconds to choose silence over noise, gratitude over complaint, water over caffeine. These aren't trivial. They're tectonic shifts that accumulate. Mediocrity thrives on ignoring the small. Greatness is built on honoring it. That's why the 30-second rule is radical. It dismantles the illusion that change requires waiting, planning, or perfection. Sustainability is not just recycling or saving energy, it's a pattern of self-respect repeated in fragments of time. The mental ecosystem flourishes when nurtured with the same discipline we give to nature. When you protect your mind from mediocrity, you mirror the act of protecting the earth. Both require small but relentless acts of stewardship. Mediocrity dies not by one grand strike, but by thousands of 30-second cuts of awareness, choice, and alignment. Each small act is an axe against the rotten tree of conformity. Each moment, of awareness makes space for creativity, resilience, and deep presence to take root. And here's the truth. If you let those 30 seconds slip, mediocrity wins effortlessly. But if you claim them, even once, you tilt the entire axis of your future. That's how fragile and how powerful your decisions are. 30 seconds no more, no less, becomes the battlefield where sustainability heals your mind and where mediocrity meets its end. Asterisk Block 5. The awakening now. Feel the weight of every 30-second choice you've ignored. Every hesitation, every "I'll do it tomorrow." Every distraction is a micro-erosion of your mind and of the world you inhabit. But imagine the inverse. 30 seconds seized, repeated daily like drops carving canyons, slowly reshaping your reality. Mediocrity is not a permanent state. It is a habit, okay? And habits can be dismantled in moments. This rule does not require heroism or sacrifice. It requires attention, presence, and courage. 30 seconds to act sustainably, to honor your mind, to reclaim control over what is often surrendered to chaos. In these brief acts, you align yourself with life itself. Your choices resonate with the earth, the people around you, and with the deepest parts of your psyche that have been waiting for a signal to wake up. Think of the mental clarity, the subtle joy, the inner calm that floods in when you commit to this tiny, radical rhythm. Each action, however small, is a revolution. Each pause, each conscious decision to engage with the world responsibly, dissolves patterns of mediocrity. The 30-second rule is deceptively simple, but it is infinitely powerful. And now ask yourself, how many 30-second moments have you wasted? How many have you surrendered to mindless distraction, to stress, to habits that harm both you and the planet? The moment you recognize the power of these small increments, you cannot go back. The invisible chains of mediocrity begin to crack the instant you act, and the world subtly shifts in response to your conscious presence. So here is the invitation, whispered yet unavoidable. Take 30 seconds right now. Plant a seed, breathe deeply, make one sustainable choice, and feel the ripple through your mind and life. Do not underestimate the power of these moments. They are the keystone of transformation. And remember, every person who adopts this rule contributes not only to their own liberation, but to the healing of the world. If this resonates, like this video, share it with someone who needs it. Comment your 30-second action below, and subscribe to continue reclaiming your mind and your planet one moment at a time. Your life and the world depend on it.